Alright guys, so in my last video I discussed how Celeste Rivas Hernandez's last proof of life at this specific moment is from January 2nd, 2025. Prior to this date, there were photos taken of Celeste, videos taken of Celeste, fairly regularly. So why did that abruptly stop on January 2nd, 2025, based on what we know, again, at this specific moment? Now let's do a recap of the timeline of events because I feel like a lot of people are getting the dates and stuff mixed up here. So February 14th, 2024, Celeste is reported missing for the first time. This also just so happens to be Valentine's Day and the day that Josh Marshall, David's manager, rented that Hollywood Hills home for him to occupy. March 19th, 2024, Celeste is reported missing for a second time, and then she's reported missing for a third and final time by family on April 5th, 2024. On April 21st, 2024, while Celeste is again still considered a missing juvenile, she is apparently seen somewhere with David and her cousin Esmeralda. This is implied by the PI who is now working for the homeowner of that Hollywood Hills home that David was staying at. It's unclear what event this was that all three of them were apparently at together, or at least at the same time, because Esmeralda cleared her social media pages. But after doing some digging, I was able to find one social media account of hers that she has not wiped clean, and there is a photo of her around this time period at a California theme park. And it just so happens to be David posted to his TikTok a video of him riding a roller coaster at a theme park. Could be a coincidence, could not be, I'm not sure, just wanted to share that with you guys. Now back to our timeline. On May 30th, 2024, again, while Celeste is still considered a missing juvenile, she attends her cousin Esmeralda's high school graduation. I don't know, it seems like Celeste and Esmeralda were pretty close to one another, and Esmeralda was also the one who created the GoFundMe page for Celeste's funeral expenses. On June 2nd, 2024, Celeste is seen on video arriving to a family event. She hugs who I believe is her uncle and her aunt when she gets to this party. And then in September of 2024, we see that video footage of Celeste arguing with her dad's neighbors outside. So like we've been saying, the family of Celeste knew that she wasn't technically missing because she was coming around family still. She was still apparently talking to family. Her brother knew who she was around. Her cousin, Esmeralda, seems to have known who she was around, yet nobody ever contacted authorities to let them know that Celeste wasn't a missing juvenile anymore. And I think that that is because they didn't want an investigation to open up as to why Celeste was not attending school like a normal child her age. And I personally think that at this point, after Celeste had ran away 3 times, the family probably just thought it was easier to let her be wherever she was at instead of forcing her to come back home and dealing with her running away over and over and over again. And I think that at this point, it's safe to assume that Celeste's family knew who she was with and where she was with. The mom said that she knew Celeste was dating someone by the name of David. The brother is saying that he knew she was dating David, the singer, the adult. And I don't think that they actually cared. Now, this PI has recently stated that he spoke to a few people that are in the community that Celeste's family lives in Lake Elsinore, and he was told by them that at the point that Celeste was reported missing for the 3rd time, the family members, certain ones, started instructing neighbors not to search for Celeste because she was, quote, staying with a family member near LA. Now, we still don't know who Celeste was staying with when she was not with David. In one of the recent PI's interviews, he stated that he believes that Celeste was staying at an apartment with someone else. So could her family have been telling the truth? Maybe Celeste was actually staying in the LA area with a family member, maybe her cousin. I will say that it's interesting looking at Esmeralda, the cousin's information, because it seems like she moved across the country to attend college for the 2024-2025 school year. So if Celeste was maybe staying with Esmeralda somewhere in LA and Esmeralda ends up going to school across the country, comes back around the holidays in 2024, but then goes back to school in January of 2025, that is around the same time period that Celeste was last seen. I'm not saying that Esmeralda had any knowledge or anything to do with Celeste's death, but I'm just saying that this would have given whoever was around Celeste at this time opportunity to be around her alone, and it also would indicate why maybe the person that is typically around her living with her did not know that she may have been dead for so long because they were not physically in the residence with her at that time. I don't know, I'm thinking out loud, piecing things together as I go. What do you guys think of all of this? This is all very suspicious, and regardless of whatever happened, many people failed Celeste by choosing to not check in on her, by choosing to not get her the help that she probably needed, and by choosing to not support her in healthy ways instead of just allowing her to run rampant and do whatever she wanted with whoever she wanted.